Namaste, namastizzle. It's Magick Croix here as I greet you, as I always do, on this day of prosperity, this day of abundance. Today is August the 20. And I'm going to start doing, just like I said, so I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. But I thought, while the idea was still fresh in my head, that I would go ahead and send y'all a quick message. So please with me, okay? Um, you may have heard me say some of these things. So disclaimer, all right? This is one, you know what I'm saying? As the saying goes, and bear with me, but I don't try to sound redundant when I say some of these things. It's just that it alarms me. When I say it alarms me that a lot of the things that I've been saying on this have come true. They've come to fruition. All right. I don't want any accolades for that. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I wish more people had been paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Um, our master teachers have told us that if it's not about you and your family, then forget it. You know what I'm saying? So, people this message will resonate with, some people not. You know, I mean, thing we've always seemed to turn a deaf ear, okay, a blind eye to it. That's fine. It's not fine, but it is fine. You know what I'm saying? Save who you can. If one person listens, so be it. You know what I mean? But the fatigue is real. You know what I mean? Our behavior is fucking ridiculous. All right. Um, it's just incredibly disconcerting to see these things play out the way they are. All right. The fatigue is real. Right. Have you ever think where's this coming from? Who came up with black fatigue? Who came up with that? You know what I mean? They have been destroying our images in the media since the media has been invented. They have been destroying how the rest of the world sees us since the beginning of everything, to be quite honest. You know what I mean? They've been doing it for decades. All right. It used to, the rumors used to be out that we had tails. You know what I mean? Was still all we did was try and want to rape white women. Where do you think these come from? Okay. They're controlling these narratives. And unfortunately for us, we fall right into the stereotypes. All right. I've seen, and the Virgo mind that works is something. I'm a Virgo and I'm saying it, but it's a thing of beauty because the way we think, we have to make logical sense of everything. Everything has to make sense to us, right? So I'm seeing a lot of videos, all right? A lot of theft videos. Let me backtrack just for a second. Like I said, the narrative about us stealing and showing us at our worst behavior is not something new, all right? Our master teachers have all told us that. All the master teachers wanted us to do was to pay attention and not fall into those stereotypes. Okay. I'm stereotypes because, like I said, I like to look at the reels and the short clips on Facebook. I love looking at those. It's a great way to pass the time if I having to watch a whole 2-hour video. You know what I mean? But I'm seeing these theft videos where young females are getting caught stealing. All right. Everybody steals. Okay. Everybody steals. Every race steals. All right. It is not just black. Like you to believe that is just black people. When you control the narrative of what everyone sees, you can push that narrative and people will begin to believe it. All you have to do on the video and look at the comments. All right. Black fatigue is real. Oh, look, 30% again. They still believe this about us being 13% of the population committing all the crime. That's ridiculous. All right. What I did is for every video that I found with a young black female getting caught stealing, I went and found a white one. Right? It's just as okay, just as many. You don't even have to dig deep. But like I said, our behaviors, our actions are the ones highlighted. All right, the ones emphasized. Okay, and white people will actually believe. They want to believe. Sorry, not sorry. They want to believe that it's just us committing all these crimes. It's bullshit. Everybody steals. Okay? Everybody. It's not limited to one race, but we're the ones emphasized. All right? The other alarming thing about this is that our behavior is the same in every goddamn video. You know what I mean? They get caught, they automatically get mad for getting killing. Okay. Out and start acting ratchet. It's another charge. It's another charge. Right? I know my rights while not knowing a goddamn thing. Okay. Acting ghetto and ratchet is not going to get you out of being arrested. Okay. It's not. You know, I'm pregnant. All of it, they all become pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Start crying. Okay. Half the videos wearing bonnets. You know what I mean? You know, this gives other races ammunition, you know, as to how they see and view us and how they treat us. You may not think that that's a big deal, but it actually is when in positions of power to approve loans, you know, and other things like that. Okay. And they will use all of this evidence as ammunition, as justification of why we should be treated the way we're being treated. The fatigue is real. Okay. The fatigue is real, you know, is real and is real. Okay. I am sick of us being emphasized. All right. It is not just us. I found worse videos of Caucasians doing worse shit. It's not buried, it's not emphasized, it's not highlighted. They make sure we are highlighted. Isn't that something? It's always been that way. But I'm seeing more and more of it, you know, in modern society where other things is going on, other things that people are actually worried about. Now they're worried about this. You know what I'm saying? I am tired of seeing us acting ass online. All right. I'm sick of it. Absolutely sick of it. I'm more tired. I'm more fatigued of people acting like we are the only ones doing it. We're not. It's not. You see what I'm saying? Cost you nothing if you pay it no mind. It's more bullshit. More bullshit. It's an excuse to be lazy, to actually have an excuse not to do something. See what I'm saying? The fatigue is so real, y'all. And then you might think, Magic, who spends, some of the time that they have? Who spends free time researching stuff like that? I do. You know what I mean? I do. I like satisfying my own curiosity. I perform my own experiments. All right. The fatigue is very, very fucking real. Okay. Did you know that one of the subjects, when you go to YouTube, one of the subjects is black women. Well, another one of the subjects, black fatigue. Dora pause. Makes no sense, right? All right. They make sure the algorithm is set up the way it is. Isn't that amazing? Okay. I can point this out on Facebook. I can't get no discussions, no healthy, just discussions. I'll point out one of my worst memes that's meant to make you laugh, and a whole bunch of people respond. Right? I am sick of us acting like it's just all for one. Not all for one. What's the words I'm looking for? That it's just do for self and that's it. You really think that other races, you really think they think that way? They don't. They look out for each other. You know what I mean? They really do. They set up businesses with each other. They employ their own families. You know what I'm? They have healthy families. This is their foundation. All right. Who are in do for yourself and you'll be fine. It's nonsense. And I'll stand on that one. That is absolute nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all, the fatigue is real. Like I said, when I have when I'm not doing a reading or consultation or client work and I have free time, I do stuff like that. Looking at these videos and wondering, how is the hive mind so strong? How is it that these young teens are given the exact same? How is it that these young all of a sudden fighting cops and being really belligerent? We did shit when we were younger. When I was younger, yeah, we did shit. We never thought to act in the ass when it came to cops because you're already laws of the land. You do. Right. That's a no-win situation when you want to act like, you can do whatever the fuck you want without consequences. The society is not set up that way, unfortunately. You know what I mean? You can't just do whatever you want. All right. How is it that these teens, it's an alarming amount of these videos circulating, these young teens that are just, for one, is it that with the way technology and social media is right now, there are cameras everywhere. A large amount of these videos that I'm referring to happen at Walmart. There's cameras everywhere. Everywhere. You are going to get caught if you're stealing from there. But there's a lot of stuff going on at Walmart. Okay? Probably the biggest retailer that's out there. All right? It has to be some kind of experiment, in my opinion. You know what I mean? How is it everybody saying the exact same things? How is one of the excuses I'm pregnant? You know, how is that? I even saw one where she said, you can't touch them. You can't. Since when? You're caught stealing or committing some kind of crime. You know what I mean? You can't tell me, y'all, that this is not some kind of experiment. You can't. All right. And for me, forgiving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me for giving a fuck. I'm not defending anything. I'm totally not defending anything. I am sick of the way melanated people act in general. Okay. But getting caught stealing, you know, and then doing the exact same thing. I seen one where this woman, oh, I'm sorry, this girl, this little girl, she got caught. They will lie until no end. They will continue to lie. Even when stuff is caught on their person, they still lie. This one girl wouldn't even move. They had to carry her. And there's another thing. I need my phone. What is up with that? You know what I'm saying? Can I call my mom, get you out of being arrested? Your parents are not going to get you out of being arrested. Or call my lawyer. Everybody got a lawyer on standby now? Everybody? Lawyers cost money. You know what I mean? But why is it people can't function without their phones? You know, this alone, I bullshit you not. I've seen at least 10 of them, y'all. How sometimes I'm waking myself up as I'm moving around. I'm looking at these videos, reels, just to see what's going on. Call me a creature of habit. It's curiosity. I'm curious because I am a hermit. I am an introvert. I spend a lot of time at home, not because of this, just because that's my safe space and that's where I do everything. You know, but the fatigue is very real, and anyone who that's the point. We become so our own behavior. Nobody cares. All right. There's a long plan here. All right. What I mean by that is that, you know, they want to catch us early, start giving us records. And this is how they do it. You know, they plan these things years in advance. Okay. They plan them years in advance. The fatigue is so real. Now, saddening, is disconcerting, is disturbing. You know, protect your children, please. Those of you who still give a fuck, protect your children. All right. I know you can teach, you can do all the right things, and a kid can still a child will still go out there and still fuck up. I know that. You know what I'm saying? Do the best that you can, though, at least. Okay, because this generation is all right. I seen this one woman. I keep saying women. I got to stop referring to them because they're still children. Literally, she was defiant. Not only was she defiant, another hive mind mentality. Come on, bro. You're not touching my stuff, bro. You know, are y'all for real, bro? I mean, there's nothing more unattractive than a female with a whole bunch of masculine energy. I don't give a damn what nobody say. That is so unattractive. All right. And in your femininity and act like a female. All right. The most powerful women that I know of are feminine. They act like women. You know what I'm saying? All this bro shit. Come on, man. Doing it. You know what I'm saying? But just really defiant after being caught. You see what I'm saying? After getting caught, telling the cops she was gonna spit on them, You know, even after handcuffs, trying to get out the handcuffs, kicking the doors when they finally got her in the car, just really defiant and belligerent. And once they searched, she had a whole bunch. She had over $3,000 worth of stolen high value perfume. Okay. After going through all this nonsense about you not touching my stuff, and come on, bro. I swear, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's come on, man. The fatigue is very fucking real. You know what I'm saying? I've seen white teenagers think they. I seen one who just they had to restrain her, like in restraints. You see what I'm saying? Because she was acting an ass really bad. Okay. There's a difference between the way the races act. Big difference. My with me saying all that, my point still stands. The fatigue is very real when it comes to us. You know what I mean? It was disturbing watching this video. Show like this. Say you gotta see this. You know what I mean? I counted at least 7 at the end of the day. Everything she was charged with, 7 fucking felonies. This girl is 18 years old, 7 felonies. You know what I mean? 7 felonies. Obstruction is a big one. They constantly getting these children for obstruction. Okay, resisting arrest. Okay, terroristic threats. You and your teens, this is what you're going to get on your record. Terroristic, you know what I mean? It's insane. Like I said, if you are, if I let me know, I'll point you to the video. You'll see how disturbing it is for yourself. You know, I'm disturbed at the generation and how they are starting off. Okay, it's like no one cares to teach them, hey, this ain't the way to do about doing this. Okay, how is it that our team are now having no respect for police? I'm not sticking up for them. Okay, I'm sticking up for the children. They're knowing early to act this way. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to me. They're learning that from someone. It starts in the home. Sadly, it does. Okay. If you are tired of me saying stuff about this, kick rocks. All right. We are in a serious crisis, y'all. A serious crisis. I can talk about Magick all day long. Okay. But this is a crisis. Our babies are at stake. And they're getting younger and younger. All right. Knowing how to act irresponsibly. Okay. Our young females, our young teens got too much masculine energy, you know, as they are growing into adulthood. Sorry. Adulthood. It doesn't make any kind of sense. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to watch this video. Okay. You don't have to agree with me. This is my opinion. This is, you know, this is the way I feel. This is my perspective. All right. The nation can grow no higher than this woman. Who said this? You know what I mean? Google it. See who said that. A nation can rise no higher than this woman. Ours are off to an extremely bad start. I apologize for speaking on. There's not enough men speaking up about this. I'm so glad I was in my daughter's life. We are still very feminine. You know what I mean? Very feminine. Okay. And she's teaching her daughters to be feminine. Our granddad is very girly, very girly. I just wish more of us was you know growing up that way. Just a couple things that was on my mind today. you know, a light day for me, and it's just the fatigue is just there. No, it's not just us committing crimes. They've been pushing this narrative forever. FBI statistics will show you, and this is not hidden either, will show you the statistics of white people commit against each other. Straight robberies. You know what I'm saying? The larcenies. Okay. But like I said, the fatigue is real when I'm talking about how they emphasize us. And they show this all around the world. So when you go overseas, they already have an image of you. They already have a judgment. And then they act accordingly towards you. All right. This message ain't for everybody. Okay. It's not. The fatigue. All right. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. My name is Croix, diabolic one. Namaste.